Hey guys, Bashar here. We are entering the last week. I think this is the last week of the Chronicle event. Hold up, I can actually check it here, right? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, well, doesn't look like there's a. Yeah, it's the finale. And in case you don't know, guys, Gideon will sacrifice himself to save Liliana, and that's where you can see it. He transfers his immortality ability to Liliana and save her from Bolas' curse, and then Liliana kills Nicobolas. As far as I know, I'm not very knowledgeable about this. So this week's event is, guys, Ravnica block constructed. We are allowed to put cards from Ravnica Allegiance. Return to Ravnica. What's the other one? Yeah, War of the Spark, Ravnica Allegiance, and Guilds of Ravnica. Yeah, Guilds of Ravnica, Ravnica Allegiance, and War of the Spark. So we are allowed to use cards from only those sets. No other sets are allowed. I went with a Boros deck, as you can see, because Twitch Prime has a nice well, I think it still has. Twitch Prime has a nice promotion, guys. If you have Twitch Prime, there's a code that gives you a Boros aggressive deck, and by modifying that deck you can have a decent deck. This one is mine, but it's not very great because I'm missing cards as usual. I have only one Tajic and I have only one Aurelia, so I'm missing a few cards, and they mattered a lot because I just put in some extra creature denial, and there are some decks that play with not many creatures, so you tend to have a lot of dead cards in your hand during gameplay. I've seen blue-green acceleration decks, ramp decks. They play growth spiral, incubation druid, and then try to get Enisa on the board by turn 3 or 4, and then they get huge amounts of mana and do whatever they want. They do the finale, they do the white finale, or what's the name, the Hydroid Crisis, etc. I have faced that a lot. My win rate was 55, maybe 60%. I don't think 55% or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I had 10 wins and maybe 8 or 9 losses, I think. It wasn't really very good. Like I said, missing cards mattered a lot, so I would, if you have the cards, I would remove these. I also was missing the Sacred Foundry here. I would remove a few creature denials and put in some more Tajics and Truefire Captains. It's a decent deck, but like I said, when you are missing cards, sadly I kind of expect to meet some players like me, I mean, who are missing cards, etc. But no, I had several turn 3 Nisas with turn 4 or 5 kicked finales. I mean, by kick I mean X is greater than 10, etc. So it's a nice deck, but there is room for improvement, at least in this version. And you shouldn't have too much trouble because the deck is quite aggressive, and if you see yourself not able to pull it off, just concede and queue for the next, because you know there is no elimination or such from the event. And we will get Huatli at 3 wins, Ashiok at 7 wins, and Sarkandam Asterless at 10 wins. There's also the weekly code. I'll tell in a second. Yeah, if you use the code Enlighten Me in the store here, Enlighten Me gives you Narset, Part of Wales as glass art, and including this one, so now we have 20 glass arts, right? 15 uncommons and 5 rares. The others can be obtained by with gems or golds, etc. And that's the end for the event. If you ask my impression about it, I believe it went pretty much downhill. I mean, the first week was really very enjoyable, and then the collection got in the way. The second week was alright because it was pauper. I mean, you can play pauper properly, right? I mean, even if you don't have much, because you get a lot of commons. In case someone doesn't know, pauper is the format where you play with only commons in your deck, no uncommons, rares, or mythics. They are all banned. The third week was very annoying, but I don't remember the format. The fourth week was the counters. This is the fifth week. The third week, how about Singleton? Yeah, I remembered. Well, after the third week, the collection started playing an important role, and if you were missing cards, you were just beaten down. But I imagine with the full collection, things would be much different, and you will have a 75 to 80% win rate. Maybe depends on a bit of luck and the deck you choose, etc. So that's that, guys. Now that this event has ended, I'm not sure what they will do next. Maybe they will do some pre-release events for M20. We shall see. Anyways, see ya. Good night.